Hey everybody, Blaise here, and today I'm going to show you how to get arcs in your animation. Hey everybody, Blaise here, and I'm back again with another short video. I want to talk to you about animation. I've got 35 years in the animation industry, and I've used a lot of different principles, and I talk about them every once in a while. And today, I want to talk to you about using arcs in your animation. Putting arcs add dynamics to your animation, it adds fluidity, and it makes your animation more natural feeling. Everything we do, when we move around, when you just saw my hand move, it moved in an arc. So, when I turn my head, my nose moves in an arc. There's arcs everywhere, and all kinds of movement have arcs. Yes, you can argue that, if I punch straight ahead, I'm punching straight. But even when I pull my arm back, there's a bit of an arc there. Even when I'm pushing forward, there's a bit of an arc there. We do everything in arcs. And so if you can get that into your animation and really avoid, like if you have something moving across the screen, having it all of a sudden change direction, because that's what really doesn't happen. We don't do that unless something causes it to happen, okay? So I want to show you some animation that I'm working on right now. This is for my 2D animated short called Snow Bear. Come on over to the screen. But what I want you to pay attention to are the arcs. Now, they're going to be subtle, but I'm going to show you after I let it play through. So here he gets up, and some of it is pose test. I don't have it all in between. But he walks up, raises his arm, touches it, it falls apart, and here's where it's more pose test. He comes towards us, but then he gets an idea, and he walks over, and he sits down, and he starts to gather up snow, okay? So that's the shot. Now, there's nothing glaring as far as, really overstated arcs or anything like that, but this shot is absolutely full of arcs. And what it does is it gives the animation a much more naturalistic feel, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on my onion skin. And I've got the onion skin set to show 5 drawings ahead and 5 drawings behind. And so what that's going to do is all of a sudden you're going to start to see how everything moves in an arc. So I'm going to jump back here, and the other thing I want to emphasize is I'm not talking about just flat 2-dimensional arcs. As things come towards you, they'll arc too. So 3-dimensional arcs. Coming away, there's an arc. Going towards you, there's arcs. There's arcs all over the place. So as I scrub through here, I want you to look at the drawings. I want you to see all the subtle arcs. Look at the hips, coming over. Now, as he's walking away, the arcs aren't going to be as apparent, but what I want you to see when I'm coming up here, look at the ears as his head comes up. There's a nice little smooth arc there. Now watch this. Watch the arm as the arm comes up right here, that arc. And what that does, and I know it seems obvious because of the anatomy, but so many times young animators will forget about those arcs, and the animation will come out looking very clunky, and they can't quite figure out why. And this is why. You want to remember your anatomy and how it relates to arcs, okay? So you can see the hand coming up. Now watch this. He's gonna touch it, it's gonna fall. Now look how he pulls back. I could have had him just pull back straight, right? But I wanted something a bit more dynamic. And so if you watch him, his hand pulls back in an arc, see that right there? His head pulls back in an arc, right there. Everything comes back in an arc, right there. Now here's another part. Now he turns, he realizes, oh, it's just snow. He gets disappointed, hangs his head and turns to walk out. I very much followed an arc through here. So if you watch, look at the blue drawings, how the head arcs around. But then he gets an idea, and look how it arcs back up. How we get an arc coming up, and then watch as he turns away. And this is where I was talking about 3-dimensional arcs. As he turns away from us, his head is arcing away there. all of this adds a more naturalistic feel, adds dynamics, adds fluidity, okay? Let me just take you through the rest. Now in here, I have him sit back and he comes forward in a slight arc right there, but watch as he comes up with the snow. I don't have quite as many drawings, but I have him squash right here and back up again. There's an arc. So think about if you're doing hand-drawn animation or any kind of animation, it can be computer animation, puppet animation, whatever. Think about moving things in arcs. Think about the dynamics and the fluidity and the naturalistic feel that arcs will give you, okay? So I hope that helps with some of your animation. Go on out there, put some beauty back into the world, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.